안녕하세요. Hallyu Reviews입니다.
Hey y'all, I'm Shamra and I'm here with my girl Sabrina, and we are Hallyu Reviews, two Americans who are swept up in the Korean wave as it reaches across the globe. We have a love of all Korean music, and we're reacting to Iconic by Mistake by ILLIT, 르세라핌, ILLIT, and KATSEYE. And I put 르세라핌 first because they're the oldest group of...
They are the song base, yeah.
The album, or the... Not album.
Collaboration?
No.
They are the oldest group?
Of the what? The oldest group of the organization.
Oh, they are all,
They're all
under
HYBE.
HYBE. Yeah, that's
They're
true.
all under HYBE. And so
Yeah.
I wanted to fix that. Sorry, my apologies. Okay. So
I was like, I have no idea where you're going with the
I couldn't
collaboration.
think of, like, they're the oldest members of the collaboration, but they're also the oldest members of the organization, or the
Well, I mean, they're not out of
what is HYBE? What is HYBE called?
label.
The label. They're the oldest units of the
so
label.
technically they're all under different labels.
But they're all under HYBE. Okay. We can cut all that out if we need to. And here we go.
Just kidding. Go ahead and go.
It's the first time the three of them have ever done a collab together.
Okay.
I think it's the first time three girl groups have done a collab together. The song serves as a defiant anti-hate and empowerment anthem.
Love that.
With lyrics that thank online critics for fueling their massive global success. The track features the hook, "Thank you for the comments. It's because of all your hate. I am iconic by mistake."
Love it.
Acknowledging that online toxicity only drives algorithmic engagement and boosts their fame.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm not super familiar with 르세라핌 and ILLIT. We are just diving into those groups, but I've been following KATSEYE from the beginning, and that is definitely a group that receives a lot of hate. We don't typically cover KATSEYE because even though they were founded on the like HYBE label. Like through that K-pop tradition, they're not a global group, and
they are
sing
global. They're not K-pop.
Mostly in English and Spanish, which, I mean, we love, but for Hallyu, it's not something that we normally cover. We've had some people say, like, we should cover them. Like, why don't you cover them just because they sing in English? But it's not about that they're singing in English. It's that we're a Hallyu channel and we cover Hallyu groups. So they're not technically a Hallyu group. We've had lots of requests for, like, SB19. They're a Filipino group. So while we appreciate it, we will check it out individually. Like, it's not going to be something that we react to on the channel just as a general rule. Now, when they do a collaboration with a K-pop group, or if they're singing something for K-pop, then we're going to take a look at it. If you have any questions, feel free to like let us know. But it's not that we don't like KATSEYE. It's just they're not known as a
Korean
K-pop group. So anyway, I've been really excited about this song since it came out because I was really enamored with the fact that it was such a large collaboration. And so very excited. I'm brand new to ILLIT, big fan of 르세라핌, and then, you know, familiar with KATSEYE.
Well, it reminds me of the one that we just did with...
Was it ILLIT?
It might have been it might have been
I think it might have been
ILLIT,
yeah.
which is so like tracking in terms of like where they are generationally wise with just online toxicity.
Oh yeah, I mean, I love that that's being addressed. You make choices and you do you, but you need to be able to ascertain whether it's a healthy choice or a non-healthy choice. And I feel like this generation is getting it right. I feel like they're turning on to be like, okay, this might not be right. And so it's okay to question these things. And it's okay to say like, okay, well, maybe this is what you want or this is what society wants. It doesn't mean it's the healthiest choice for me or whatever.
For you.
So I love that. So bravo to these girl groups for standing up for that. So all right, so let's jump in. We decided not to do the MV because, spoiler alert, a viewer warned me, thank you, there is a car accident in it. And I am very much triggered by car accidents. We've seen far too many videos within the last month or so.
And if you've seen the reactions to those videos, you'll know.
So we're just going to take a look.
The dance practice.
And we're going to be able to see the groups and I feel like do the choreography. And I think that all three of these groups are known for their choreography. So I'm really excited for that. So, all right. But thank you so much for letting me know. And we will dive in and take a look at the dance practice.
Here we go.
For Iconic by Mistake. Okay. So we went really, really small because it's going to be a lot of people on the screen. And we want to make sure that we can see everything, footwork and all the things. So here we go. SSERAFIM.
Thank you for the comments, it's because of where you hate. I am iconic, my mistake. I am iconic, my mistake. Engrave it on my tombstone. I celebrate the fame and I really change. Hearted, harder. Here, hurt is like a verb, come kill you where it hurts. Your imagination got me going back. Life's a simulation, got me in a spiral. 24/7, more like 25/8. Honestly, are you okay? Hey,
So this is ILLIT.
how you doing? Breakfast to dinner. I go with the lollipop for breaking your fingers. Thank you for the comments, it's because of all you hate. I am iconic by mistake. I am iconic by mistake. Never a duty.
I just had a thought I'm going to tell you at the end.
I love how they're stylized, that the first group was in black, they're in blues.
With the black and white kind of tied in as well. I love
so there's
that.
still that collaboration, if you will. And then pink for KATSEYE.
But they also have elements of like the black.
They do. I'd poke myself in the eye.
That's a little crazy. I know I am iconic from how much you fucking hate me.
Ooh, okay.
Manly and 50. Do this for the dream, nah, just for the blood. Hey, the bag is nice though. Hey,
Bag is next.
grateful. Hey, I'm getting kinda spiritual. In the hell of bad, let them judge me. Crucible. Your imagination got me going viral. Life's a simulation, got me in a spiral. 24/7, more like 25/8. Honestly, are you okay?
25/8.
Your digital footprint is looking so
I like her bra.
insane. It's like how you do breakfast too.
Oh, I love that they're all
So
together.
cool, yeah.
Thank you for the comments, it's because of all your
And I love that *LeSeraphim's in the middle, like being the Sunday.
mistake.
I love the choreography
Wow. I love how in sync they were being so many.
for this. Right. Okay.
Okay, so I had a thought, and I'm going to tell you this thought.
Okay.
My thought was this is also in all English.
It is.
And
It
I'm
is.
wondering
That's
if it's because the US has looser defamation laws than Korea. Because in South Korea, like defamation is huge. Like it's a big thing. But if you're doing it in the US, it's not such a huge like.
Well, I could be mistaken, but I think it has to do with our First Amendment because we
I
do
agree,
have
but
that freedom of speech protection that even other democracies don't have quite as much freedom with that particular law because it's incredibly important to who we are as Americans. So, yes, like
I
in
agree, but
China,
I
you can like
love
take
that-
people to like they can be arrested for the things that they post online. And those things can be like, we've seen enough K-dramas, like stuff can be taken down and all that stuff. And it's like, unless it involves like a child or something like in the US, you can't.
But the US doesn't necessarily have that law because of our
Because of free speech.
our free speech. And so I love that this was kind of all in English and kind of, again, like a call, like, okay, you just feed the hate. That's fine. You're giving me money based on your, like the algorithm.
So I wasn't thinking of it as being directed towards a particular
I wasn't thinking
audience.
of it as an
but,
audience, but just that was where my mind went.
But in thinking about audience, English is one of the more globally spoken languages, so it's going to reach more people, I think, who listen to K-pop than just Korean. Just by numbers alone, there are going to be more people who are speaking English that are going to be hearing this. And so I think that was a really smart move because I think it might get played on the radios. It might stuff like that. So.
But I also think that we have more keyboard warriors here because of
really?
that defamation law.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
Because in South Korea, if you're caught and if you're busted of that, their penalties are much stiffer than we have here.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a very interesting point. If that is in fact the case. I mean, I see keyboard warriors in K-dramas, so I'm assuming it's not like, no pun intended, foreign to them. Like they do still deal with
sure
it.
they still.
But yeah, I mean, if you definitely get caught, I mean, if you can prove defamation liability and stuff like that, like in the US, there are some pretty strict consequences, but you have to like prove intent and all these different things. And like you have to prove that you're intending to lie. Like, you know, you're lying and it's not just an opinion. Because see, that's the difference. Opinion is free speech. You can have an opinion about anybody, but you can't state something as fact.
If it causes harm to the person whose opinion you have, it can come back and get you.
Yeah, but how do you prove harm? See, this is going to be the American like legal
That's
background in me.
true.
That's like, but how do you prove
But I'm
harm?
not
Well,
referring
it hurt
to,
my
like,
feelings.
In
Yeah, that's not
America.
you know.
I'm referring to in South Korea. If
Right,
you can prove
right.
that could potentially cause you harm,
Right,
then
right,
it has to be taken down or it has to be reworded so that it doesn't.
I thought you said rewarded
Or-
instead of rewarded. So I'm like,
Rewarded.
rewarded? They give you a reward for it? Well, that seems a little backhanded.
Back to not having English skills.
So yeah, I very potentially. I mean, it's scary how much power people can have while disguised, that they can wield, even if it is just opinion, that you can say something so malicious and that isn't like constructive. Like, it's okay to be like, well, that wasn't my favorite, or, you know, that's not for me, or whatever. Like, that's your choice. Like, I know you have more problems with KATSEYE than, like, say I do, because I have a 13-year-old daughter, and I've like learned that this generation is a lot more flexible with their views on sexuality. And as a woman who has grown up and been assaulted sexually more than once, like, I had no power over my sexuality. I grew up in a conservative environment, and I was the problem. I needed to cover up. I was a tomboy, so I don't know what they thought I was showing. But just that idea of like, I was somehow responsible for other people's actions
against
rather than against my body, rather than someone else being responsible for their bad choices, their actions that affected me. And so I kind of really love that this generation, both men and women, I guess they're not really men and women yet, but, you know, they're growing up to just own their own bodies and have the power over their own bodies in a way that I don't think has ever existed before. So a lot of people might have a problem with the groups that are a little more sexual or sexualized. I mean, we talk about with all the girl group. It's not just one.
Oh, it's not just
and
one.
we talk about the guys too, but it does seem to come out on the girl groups more than I think the guy groups, which feels like a double standard.
I don't know. I called Young out on some stuff earlier.
Well, it's just pure sass. I mean, he is loving it.
100%
But
sassy,
that's the point. Like,
But yes, agreed.
It's usually not seen in a negative light with men, but with the girl groups it is, and which doesn't seem fair. So all of that to say, it can be an opinion, and that's okay. If it's not your cup of tea, then move on and get tea elsewhere. That's like the way that it works. But I do love the empowerment. You have a choice, and that's that freedom of choice. Like, if you don't like it, don't watch it. Like, watch something else. And it's totally valid to feel that way. And that's the difference between a feeling and a fact. Like, so I love that they are standing up and saying, like, your feelings have made us money, so thank you. Like us or not, you're still supporting us.
You're still supporting us.
You're
Agreed.
still supporting us. And that was the whole point of what you read about, like the even negative comments lead to feed the algorithm.
Feed the algorithm.
And you're going to show
it
up.
keeps showing up more and more because all you're doing is adding to their popularity within the algorithm.
You've got to have the emotional maturity, but you also have to have the environment that protects you. It does my heart good to see, like, idols be able to take hiatuses and get the help that they need, the support that they need. Whatever the reason, the fact that they're able to do this, to take time and then still like come back if that door is not closed, I think that is a much less toxic environment that the mental health and the physical health is being watched after. Because so many of these groups, I mean, idols, they start young and they need They need adults to protect them.
Well said.
And it's a great song, by the way. Let's talk about the song. So that was the message.
Great
the song. It is really catchy, really catchy. And I don't know how they move so fast with that choreography. I'm telling you, I would have poked myself in the eye.
Well, and I absolutely love the chorus. I know that we've talked about like the transition to EDM and kind of how you have that like that hard bitting, like repetitive chorus.
Yeah,
but this didn't seem like EDM. Like this definitely felt like it was repetitive, but it was fun and it was catchy and it was energetic.
Right. Everything about it, like I didn't watch like the MV, like I said, because of the like car accident and all that stuff. So I don't know if that would take away from it. But watching this dance practice, sing the choreo, like it all fit together like seamlessly. And
the choreo was beautiful. Like having them all come together in the end was gorgeous. Because again, they might be on like the same label or the same housed label or whatever, but just having that group and that collab come together and actually like work together. Like I'm thinking about like the behind the scenes. Like they had to get together, they had to meet, they had to plan, they had to practice. Like,
well, each group has their own identity,
flair and
their
identity,
own personality,
element
that makes them who they are. And so then to come together and perform this massive song together
and still maintain that element.
Right.
It's great.
So they were phenomenal. I really like this. I really did. I thought it was a great song, great collaboration, great message, and very, very catchy. So it's hard to do that with so many different moving parts.
It is hard to do that.
Well done. So if you are fans of *SSERAFIM* or *ILLIT* or *KATSEYE*, make sure that you like and subscribe down below. Give us some direction. We are starting to dive a little bit more into the girl groups. I mean, our default is that we're actually really drawn to the guy groups, and so that can easily be kind of like our leaning. But we are a recommendation-based channel, so whatever you recommend, it gets added to our list, and the more they recommend it, the more of those videos like are liked, shared, and they do better on our channel, the more they move up.
And if you like drama, make sure you check out Hallyu Reviews, where we tell you which dramas to watch, must watch, or completely skip. Until next time, y'all. Annyeong.